Hey guys, how's it going? So in this video, we're going to be talking about how Aurora escaped bankruptcy, or rather how did, back in December, there was maximum bearishness on Aurora and the entire MJ sector as a whole. There was a lot of articles like this saying that Aurora is heading to zero, Aurora is going bankrupt, and there's just massive amount of bearishness. How did Aurora went from massive amount to bearishness to be like, okay, the company's doing okay now? How? I will explain in this video, and if you find this useful, please subscribe to my channel. I'm not really asking for a thumbs up, I'm asking for a subscribe, because I know better. I know that, not a lot of people are going to be watching my videos. My views have been going down lately, so must be doing something wrong. But anyways, that's all I really care about. Even if my views are nothing, I'm still gonna make YouTube videos for the rest of my life until I die. At least that's what I think I will be doing. Don't know for sure. The world's always changing. So in 5 years down the road, I may be on a totally different platform, or maybe YouTube will bankrupt, or something will happen in the next 5 to 10 years that could totally change the story. But as of now, I'm gonna continue making my videos, and I do hope one day I get 100,000 subscribers. Will it happen? Nothing is 100% guaranteed in this world, but I won't stop trying. That is for sure. So I would appreciate a subscribe. I don't really care about thumbs up, because my thumbs up kind of sucks anyways. But, if you want to, go ahead. Anyway, so let's start this off. So Aurora converted $230 million of debt at 5% unsecured convertible debentures. So they effectively raised another $230 million, but that was to pay back debt. So obviously there's big money that is involved that is preventing Aurora from going bankrupt. And then another story, Aurora also raised $400 million at the market offering program. So effectively, Aurora raised $600 million in a very, very short amount of time to survive. If it wasn't for the shareholders, if it wasn't for the rich people, Aurora would not survive right now. Aurora would be bankrupt, because Aurora was able to raise $400 million at the market program, on top of another $250 million, $227 million of convertibles. Combined, that is over $600 million they raised in a very, very short amount of time. If it wasn't for that, I would say it's over for Aurora, and the banks own the Aurora stock. But because of their ability to raise money, they are not going bankrupt. And who took most of the brunt of that? Bank holders, people who hold on to it. But hey, it popped, and now Aurora could be a turnaround story. Could be, but in the short term, I think it's going to go down more. But that's my opinion. So why did Aurora stock pop after Q4 earnings report? This is the biggest reason right here. This paragraph right here. A number of projects wrapped up in Q3 were canceled. So that means that they finished most of their construction projects, and they don't need to spend any more money on construction. So their spending is going to go down dramatically, and they have $230 million of cash. Plus, they raised some more money selling their Alcana stock. Plus, they diluted shareholders a little bit during the pump up session, when the stock went from literally $6 all the way to $19. Aurora diluted shareholders about another 1.5 million shares at probably roughly around $16-17. So they got away with another $20 million of cash, a little bit more than $20 million of cash, when there was a huge pump up in Aurora stock. And now the stock is drifting back down, and I think Aurora will continue to dilute shareholders. They will continue to dilute shareholders. Be aware of that while you're invested into Aurora. Aurora will, in the future, sometime in the future, keep diluting shareholders. Hopefully, they dilute shareholders when the stock price runs, rather than when the stock price is near at its 52-week low. That's what I'm hoping they do. Like right now, they don't need a lot of cash, simply because they are done. They are completely done with all their facility. There's only one facility left that they are building. So completion or just no, hold on. Thereby reducing the treatment costs and releasing timelines for MJ products. The completion of the first 6 room at Aurora Sun to produce high demand cultivators. So they finished the Aurora Sun facility, part of the Aurora Sun facility, to the point where they can start growing in that facility. Continue development of German production facility. So shareholders can't argue that is their only project at the moment, is developing the Aurora German production facility, which shareholders are not going to disagree on. They are very happy to see Aurora continuing to build that facility in Germany. That is a very, very important facility, because it will establish Aurora as a producer in Germany, which is a huge deal. Like, you have no idea how big that is, in my opinion, because Germany is like 80 million people, and they will go wreck eventually. So having a facility is guaranteeing Aurora as a global player and not just a Canadian player. All projects except for the German production facilities are expected to be largely completed in Q4 2020. So Aurora is basically done everything, and they have a decent amount of cash in the balance sheet, so they are safe. They are safe right now, but for the stock price, it may drift down a little lower. So, you know, if money was so easy to raise, why is T-Guard only raising $17.25 million in a bought deal, including full exercise over on options? So like, why doesn't T-Guard raise that the exact same amount of money as Aurora? Why don't they raise $100 million or $200 million or $500 million? Because you need shareholders that are willing to take that dilution, and apparently there was a bunch of shareholders that are willing to take that dilution. So T-Guard raised 17.25 million dollars to survive on, because they desperately need cash. Everybody desperately needs cash. So another strange thing I want to bring up is this $1 billion of worthless stock to eager investor. Who's gonna buy that? Who's going to take that dilution if money was just so easy? You know, like, oh yes, retail investors gonna take that. Just doesn't sound logical to me. It doesn't make any sense to me. Because if retail investors can do that, why doesn't T-Guard go out and raise $500 million or $250,000? Because they cannot do it. While Hertz has the ability to raise money, because there are some investors that don't want Hertz to go bankrupt, but I could be wrong. This $1 billion of dilution will get completed, and then Hertz will bankrupt, and everyone that bought those shares will just lose it completely. They just lost $1 billion of cash. Oh, look, we're gonna give you some money. We're gonna allow you to raise the money so we can lose all of our money. What? Like, what? Like, that makes absolutely no sense. Like, absolutely no sense. My opinion, Hertz is not going to go bankrupt in the short term. I think they're going to pull the bankruptcy declaration, and I think the stock is going to be trading around $4. But this is my opinion. Between $2 to $4, because stocks don't just stay still. So that's what I think. I don't know at the end of the day. I don't know what's going to happen, but that's just my opinion. SPY, like right now, if we look at the SPY, it looks like it's crashing. It's looking like it's downtrending. I think it's going to head down further and further and further, but I could be wrong. And you know, we could bounce back. For now, I think it's going to trade sideways maybe, and then it might drop all the way down to around 280. And then at that point, I think it's a buying opportunity because I think it'll head back up again. Could totally be wrong. Pure speculation on my part. We'll see. But right now, we look at the MACD. It's downtrending. RSI level is at the border level of bearishness and bullishness. So from a charting perspective, it doesn't look good. It doesn't look good. It looks dangerous right now. I mean, it could bounce. It all depends on the big money that flows in and out of the stock market. It all depends on them. If they want to prop it back up, they will. And for Aurora stock, it looks like it's downtrending. Aurora looks like it's downtrending. It looks like it's going down. And I think it's going to head down further. But my opinion, maybe Aurora will release some kind of CEO note news on Monday, and the stock will pop back up to $19 or $20. Maybe. There's always that possibility in the stock market. But anyways, thanks for watching, guys. I hope you enjoyed this content. Subscribe for future updates and have a great day. Bye.